What if the real reason you can't lose weight isn't what you're eating or how often you work out, but what's happening between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.? That's the critical time of the night when our body's supposed to be in full-on repair mode, building muscle, balancing hormones, and burning fat. But if you're one of the 40% of women in perimenopause alone struggling to stay asleep, or even fall asleep in the first place, you may be missing that golden window where weight loss actually happens. So what do you do when you're in perimenopause or menopause and you haven't had a full night's rest since Beyonce dropped Lemonade? In today's episode, I'm peeling back the curtain on how sleep, or a lack of it, can directly impact our hormones, our metabolism, and our weight in midlife. Plus, the one shift that could finally make weight loss and repair easier. So take a quick potty break and maybe splash some water on your face if your sleep score last night was somewhere between 70 and tragic. And I'll be back to break it all down in 90 seconds. Welcome to Are You There Midlife? It's me, Monica. Hi, I'm Monica Topetti, wife, mom, health coach, and hormone imbalance survivor. And I'm on a mission to help women in midlife balance hormones naturally without drugs, doctors, or divorce. Are you tired of dealing with heavy, painful periods that look like a crime scene? Are you sick of struggling with anxiety, fatigue, or brain fog that... What was I just saying? Are you frustrated doing all the things to lose weight but still packing on pounds faster than a real housewife changes Birkins? Girl, you are in the right place. Join me each week as I spill the tea on what to expect in perimenopause and beyond. From IBS to insomnia, bloating to funky body odor, I'll unpack all the weird stuff happening inside our midlife bodies. Plus, give you the latest science and holistic solutions to manage it all. So ditch the Spanx and hop on board the Hot Mess Express. Let's do this. Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so we all know that getting enough sleep every night is important for our brain health. It helps us focus better, be more productive at work, and even puts us in a better mood. But when it comes to our weight, how much of a difference does it really make? Turns out, plenty. In fact, according to a 2020 meta-analysis of 300,000 adults, people who get less than 7 hours of sleep a night have a 41% higher risk of becoming obese compared to people who consistently clock 7 to 9 hours. That's not just a red flag, that's a wake-up call. Pun fully accidental, but also fully accurate, because sleep is like a switch for our metabolism. And when it's turned off, fat loss slows down, stress hormones take over, and our body starts storing calories instead of burning them. All summer long on the pod, I've been sharing tools that help balance our hormones while moving the needle on weight loss after 40. In case you missed any of them, or maybe just want a quick review, I'll be sure to link episodes 75 through 82 in today's show notes. Today, we're finishing up the conversation with part 1 of a 2-part episode on sleep. Specifically, how getting more quality sleep can help stabilize our blood sugar, reduce cravings, and reignite fat loss. So pop open your favorite Celsius, or whatever's going to keep you awake for the next 15 minutes or so, and let's get into it. To understand how poor sleep can interfere with weight loss, we first need to look at what our body is supposed to be doing behind the scenes when we're off the clock. No matter what time you go to bed, your body only enters its most active repair phase between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's because this is when we release key hormones like human growth hormone, or HGH, testosterone, and progesterone, all of which play a major role in our metabolism, muscle recovery, and fat burning. This window matters because these hormones don't just show up whenever. We have to be in a state of deep sleep for them to reach optimal levels. And if we're not, well, that repair work doesn't get done. Muscle doesn't regenerate. Fat doesn't get burned. Hormone balance doesn't get restored. So when my clients ask me, can sleep really help me lose weight? The answer is an emphatic yes. But only if you're actually getting the kind of sleep that lets your body do its job. And by that, I mean deep, uninterrupted, restorative sleep, especially during that 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. repair window. Honestly, this is one of the biggest reasons why weight loss gets harder in midlife. Because sleep, ergo the repair process, is so deeply impacted by hormone imbalances in perimenopause and beyond. More on that in a minute. But first, now that we understand how our body is designed to recover at night, let's dig into what happens when we don't get enough quality sleep. We need to understand that our body is designed to recover at night. And therefore, our sleep and metabolism are deeply connected. Metabolism is not just about burning calories. It's our body's entire system for converting food into energy, deciding whether to store that energy as fat or use it as fuel, and keeping blood sugar stable so we don't fall into a Krispy Kreme coma come mid-afternoon. And here's the kicker. That system doesn't run efficiently without proper sleep. When we don't log at least 7 hours of consistent restorative rest, the signals that normally regulate our hunger, blood sugar, and fat burning start to misfire. Our metabolism slows down, not all at once, but gradually in a way that makes it harder and harder and harder to lose weight over time. So instead of using food as fuel, our body starts hoarding it. Instead of burning fat efficiently, it starts preserving it. And instead of stabilizing blood sugar, we wake up to a blood sugar spike that leaves us reaching for bagels or anything carby by 10 a.m. Even when our diet is clean and our workouts are dialed in, this kind of low-grade metabolic dysfunction can derail our weight loss and keep the scale stuck. Because weight loss doesn't just come down to what we eat or how we move. It's also about how our body processes energy. When we're well rested, our body gets a clear signal that it's safe to burn stored fat. But when we're sleep deprived, that signal gets scrambled, and our nervous system interprets a lack of sleep as stress. The result? Our body goes into survival mode and preservation mode and holds on to our stored fat, especially in our belly, as a protective measure. And that's part of what makes perimenopause and menopause so frustrating. Even when we're doing everything right to lose weight, poor sleep can quietly undo it all from the inside out. But the connection between sleep and weight goes even deeper, because in midlife, disrupted sleep is often a sign of hormone imbalance. If you've listened to even one episode of this podcast, you know that our hormones start to shift beginning as early as our mid to late 30s when we enter perimenopause. And even if we don't feel menopausal, these shifts can seriously mess with the quality and consistency of our sleep. For example, if your estrogen is low, you might start waking up multiple times a night to pee, or wake up drenched in sweat from another hot flash. You might also wake up with leg cramps or twitching legs, aka restless leg syndrome, that can prevent you from falling or staying asleep. On the other hand, if your estrogen is too high, you might find yourself tossing and turning all night from overheating, commonly known as night sweats, or that I just can't get comfortable feeling in your skin. If your progesterone is low, you might be struggling to fall asleep, or you may be popping awake at 3 a.m., unable to relax because your brain has suddenly decided to start writing to-do lists. If your thyroid is underactive, you might be able to fall asleep just fine, but you wake up feeling wiped out, no matter how many hours of shut-eye you got. And if you're dealing with a cortisol imbalance, you might find it difficult to ever reach a state of deep sleep due to joint pain or a dip in blood sugar or an inverted cortisol curve that's constantly waking you up in the middle of the night. These aren't just symptoms of quote-unquote getting older. They're symptoms of a hormone imbalance that is messing with your sleep and in turn, your metabolism. And if you're not sleeping well, your body cannot prioritize burning fat. So your sleep and your ability to lose weight isn't going to improve until you address the hormonal root cause. So how do you know if your sleep issues are being caused by a hormone imbalance and which ones to blame? That's exactly why I created my free hormone symptom profile assessment. And you can take it right now for free at bit.ly/takemyhormone-quiz. This quick but powerful quiz will help you connect the dots between your sleep, symptoms, and some of the most common midlife imbalances like low progesterone or estrogen, adrenal fatigue, underactive thyroid, and more that quietly mess with our metabolism, energy, and mood. Nearly 1,800 women have already taken it and finally gotten the clarity they needed to stop spinning their wheels and start sleeping and feeling better. It's the exact same assessment I use with every woman I coach because we can't fix what we don't understand. And that starts with identifying exactly what's going on with your hormones. You can take my free assessment right now at bit.ly/takemyhormone-quiz or click the link in today's show notes because every bad night of sleep makes fat loss harder, especially after 40. So here's today's takeaway. If you want to lose weight in midlife, improving your sleep isn't optional. It's essential. Because sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's a metabolic tool. And if we're not getting enough of it, or the right kind, like deep sleep, our body can't prioritize burning fat, balancing hormones, or keeping cravings and mood swings in check. Join me next week on the pod, where we'll finish up our summer series on weight loss in midlife with part 2 of today's episode on sleep. And I'll walk you through my go-to supplements for better sleep, hormone repair, and a faster metabolism. Until then, wishing you health, happiness, and fewer hot flashes. Hey friend, can I call you friend? Because I already feel like we're friends in my head. Did this podcast teach you something, make you laugh, or feel less like an alien? If so, I would be so incredibly grateful if you could take just 60 seconds to rate, review, and subscribe. That is the number one way you can thank me and support the show. Until next week, stay cool and keep away from sharp objects.